Welcome, this is Joshua Benoist in Autodesk Product Support, and this is video 9 in our series where we're talking about how to use Parametric Part Builder to make parametric multi-view parts. So let's look at the problem statement, pause the video if you need to read that. Let's move on. Okay, so anyway, where we left off, I'm going to turn on this top plane here, make him visible, and let's turn on the bottom plane, make him visible. Let's orbit around just a little bit. So you can see the offset between the top plane and this bottom one defines the elevation of this extrusion there, our return air connection, and then of course the distance, the offset between the bottom and upper. Come on. It's not letting me turn that on. Oh, because I'm in the middle of a command. There we go. Turn that on. You know, the distance between bottom and here defines the height of this extrusion. So this guy we extruded along a path. This guy we used the transition type here to extrude between two profiles of drawn in two different work planes. And then the third type that we're going to create from the top, we're going to do this guy again, except he's drawn on a path on this plane here. This guy on top, I would have to define the offset for that plane in this direction as well as, well, this direction as well as this direction. So it would be kind of complicated to define the offset of that reference plane, let alone to rotate it 90 degrees in order to draw it along a path. So we don't want to use a path for that. We've already got this work plane here. We basically just need to define the location of the profile on this plane, base it off of the center of this guy, of the upper profile, and we'll use this extrusion. So extrusion means extrude away from a work plane by a certain distance, rather than going between two work planes or along a path. So I'm hoping that's very, very clear. It's a complicated subject, and sometimes it's better just to see, so let's go do it. We're going to go back to the top plane here, top view. Let's turn off, let's end object isolation, turns everybody back on. Now let's hide the bottom one. Let's hide the top plane one. We're left with the upper plane, which consists of that profile, those 4 points, and our center point. So let's go back to our other drawing. So this guy is definitely off center here. We need to define from the center point upwards and over to the center of him, or from this center point down and over to one of the corner points. So let's go do that. On this upper plane, we're going to draw a line from here in this direction, and then come up this way. So we'll call that the center of the guy, and then we want to come back a certain distance and over to hit one of the 4 corners. So let's dimension this. Coming back to your other model, this guy, we came up this way from the center of that. That looks like it's probably 4 inches off center, maybe, and 2 inches over. I don't know. So let's dimension that. didn't want that one. We want to make sure we use the right dimensions. So this one's a vertical distance.